You don't need to be in the army these days to get a gun if you're a young person. A lot of gun crime on the streets, a lot of caps getting popped. I don't really know the solutions. I just know the problems. It used to be in the UK at 14 years old you could legally be in possession of an air rifle. Whilst it's not a proper gun, it's still SWAT, right? But that get moved to 17 years old, because you know 17-year-olds, they're dead responsible. If somebody was pointing a gun at you, you'd be going, that's fine, he looks about 17. It's good. He knows what he's done. 17 years old to be in possession of a firearm, but you've got to be 18 before you can be in possession of fireworks. 17, you can shoot somebody dead, but you've got to wait a year before you can frighten the shite out of a cat. Like drugs, I get offered drugs quite a lot in this game. You get offered the usual suspects like ecstasy, speed, and a drug called horse tranquilizer. You shouting yay or nay? There. I can understand people who don't know anything about drugs. Maybe trying ecstasy because it sounds quite good. Well, the connotations of the name, ecstasy. You think of states of euphoria and happiness. And then speed is pretty self-explanatory. Then horse tranquilizer. That hardly sounds the most sociable of evenings. The fact I've replaced the original name with the effect it has on a horse. I think that's the way every drug should be tested. Give a lot of them to horses, then you can see what it actually does to you. It would also make the Grand National pretty interesting. 20 quid on the one that's breakdancing, please. I was watching a programme about children from the opposite end of the social spectrum. A programme called My Super Sweet 16th. Anybody seen this? Don't get too excited, it's quite shite. I was watching it about 2 o'clock in the morning when the TV's quite shite. Anybody watch late night telly? You ever been up that late at night when the TV just goes, get to bed? There's nothing to see here. Unless you're a deaf baseball fan with a gambling problem. Peter. Does anybody watch these late night Channel 5 phone-in quiz shows? Anybody seen these, like Quizmania and The Cash Vault? It's just robbing drunk people. No, you come in at night, there's some guy going, okay, everybody, okay. Thanks for watching, okay. For £10,000, we're looking for a guy's name. You come home steaming. I know a guy's name. £10,000. I know a few guys' names. And you go on a holiday with your mates, as I'm sure a few of you are doing, a few young people, and then going on your first holiday with your mates. That's when you see proper carnage. When you go on holiday with your mates, you confuse having a laugh and being a major health and safety hazard. You see groups of guys walking about the airport, anything to declare, aye, he's a gay boy. Oh, that sign said anything to declare, and I said he's a gay boy, this holiday's going to be mental, this holiday's. The carnage starts before you even leave your own country. On the plane, about to leave, that's when you see chaos on a plane. You know, guys just like swinging their t-shirts around their head on the plane. There's always one guy, delayed. He's getting the final call back in the departure lounge. Final call. The whole plane's delayed, seatbelts fastened, waiting to go, waiting on this guy. He finally emerges. In front of the plane, the sombrero emerges. And rather than apologise for the inconvenience and the delay that he's caused everybody on the plane, he just kind of scopes the cabin to find the rest of his pals. And shouts, "Ha ha!" Here we go. And the whole plane's thinking, no chance. This plane better crash. No. Guy's swinging his t-shirt around his head, singing. It's the kind of flights that you want to see a hijacker on that plane. You want to see an Al-Qaeda suicide bomb attempt on that plane, Glasgow to Palma. I don't mean that in a self-congratulatory way. I think the hijackers would have the manpower, the willpower, determination, and the belief that only stumbling block would be getting a word in. On that flight, Glasgow to Palma, you've spent the last 15 years of your life in Taliban training camps, on the flight simulators, ready to die for a cause you believe in, ready to give your life for 72 virgins, for Allah, for the jihad. You're on that plane. You're trying to stay focused. It must be pretty intense, the place you need to go to inside your mind to commit such an atrocity. You're trying to stay concentrating, whilst an inflatable crocodile gets smacked off the back of the head. Going to pass that back up, mate. Cheers. But the show must go on. The kamikaze headband goes on. You're in the aisle shouting, "Al Akbar! Al Akbar!" Nobody bats an eyelid. People singing and banging the windows. People having drunken conversations, just, are we humans or are we dancers? That song really spoke to me. Huh. So obviously I'm human, but I like to dance. I don't know. Is there an option for a guy like me in this whole predicament? He's hijacking the plane. I'll burst him. Where is he? I'll put the fag out in a minute, mate. I'm dealing with a potential terror threat here. Fucking job's worth. The guy's still shooting, "Al Akbar!" Mate, sit in your arse, I'm trying to see the telly. Right. It's Cronenberg, it's just weekends. Pringles. And eventually tell the guy to sit in his arse and cuddle the guy. It'd be a beautiful moment for world peace, not just sitting there. Not saying, "Oh, you're killing yourself for 72 virgins, mate. We're going to Magaluf, man." I went to the gym, the real gym, the big, proper gym guys, the real fucking big tanks. This new breed of man that you get, the big mammals, the big protein bastards, with the big beard covered in tattoos. They're going, "Mate, did I create you in a PlayStation game?" They're big guys. They work in the car phone warehouse, but they're training for the apocalypse. These big... Convinced their best mate's shagging their missus and they're training for the day they can finally prove it. Big... I went in, and that's what puts fat people off the gym. These guys take it too far. These big, only God can judge me. I'm standing here judging you, you big fucking bell end. I went to the guy. I said, look, mate, I'm trying to lose a bit of weight. The guy goes, it's all about nutrition. All about nutrition. You can do whatever you want in here, but it's all about nutrition. You can't out-train a bad diet. And he asked me what I had for breakfast. He goes, what did you have for your breakfast this morning? Instantly, I'm thinking, I better say something that I never had for breakfast this morning. Make a good impression with this big fucking mammal. I said, oh, I had fruit, mate. A bowl of fruit. The guy's going, fruit in the morning. That's got to go. Fruit in the morning. Very high in sugar. You need to lose that. I'm thinking, fruit, mate. Fruit. That's bad for you now. Fucking fruit. Fruit. I never had a bowl of fruit, but as far as you're aware, I did have a bowl of fruit. So I should be commended. I had a fucking Terry's chocolate orange, mate. You've no idea how low I would stoop for breakfast. Cold Pashwari naan with Nutella on it. I've been there, mate. And you're on my case about fucking fruit. I used to have 4 raspberry ice bowls and a wham bar for breakfast, 8:30 every morning for 6 years. Then a rolling sausage at 10:30, a pizza crunch and chips at 12 o'clock, a can of Coke, then fucking Astra belts on the way home, fucking fizzy cola bottles, bikers, Johnny's onion rings, everything. And I would... I get home for crispy pancakes, oven chips, potato waffles, croquettes, yellow, mate. That was the only colour I would eat, yellow. And you're on my case about fruit. I never said that because the guy would punch fuck at me, but I was thinking that. I said, all right, I'll cut out the fruit. The guy gave me a diary to fill in, a food diary. That's a step too far, Johnny. Submitting handwritten lies to somebody. He's telling me all these foods to cut out, carbohydrates, you should be eating this shit, eat this stuff, eat this sort of stuff. I'm filling in my food diary on the internet, reading about superfoods, trying to impress the big man. Monday morning, I had avocado. Here, what the fuck's avocado? In case this guy asks me. You have it on toast? Or he'll go off his head if I say toast. Well, I just say I had avocado. How many? 5 avocado. Yeah, fuck it, I'll put 10. 10 avocado. Show the guy I'm serious about it. 10 avocado, Monday morning, breakfast. Then I had almonds and blueberries, and then I had beetroot. Beetroot, that's a superfood, isn't it? A big jar of beetroot, mate, get a spoon, rattled a lot. Then I had quinoa. Am I saying that right? Quinoa. What the fuck is quinoa? Quinoa? What the fuck is that? Click on images. It's a powder. Snorted a couple of lines of quinoa. And then I had oily fish, and I really felt it reducing my risk of Alzheimer's, mate. And the guy's going, this is great, Kev. Is this the truth? And I'm saying, no, mate, the truth would break your fucking heart. I'll tell you the truth. I lasted 2 meals without carbohydrates, and I thought I was going fucking insane. Never felt so angry. I had to get off the couch and just lie on the floor, staring at the ceiling, trying to take myself to a happier place. Fantasising about carbohydrates. I never knew what a carbohydrate was until you told me to cut them out, and then you grassed them all up. I'm lying there. Oh, I would love a spaghetti toasty right now. How good would that be? Or a baked potato with rice in the middle. And I could put that on a sandwich, eh? When's the last time I had a piece and baked totty and rice, eh? With a wee spaghetti toasty chaser. Oh, yes. And I crumbled, mate. I went rampaging through my own kitchen in the freezer. There was a tub of Ben & Jerry's that had been there for months. Now, because it had been there for so long, the little wooden spoon that you get inside a tub of Ben & Jerry's bent and snapped on impact with the ice cream. So I had to put the tub of Ben & Jerry's in the microwave. Now, I left it in the microwave a bit longer than I should have done, and the ice cream melted. So rather than just have a few wooden spoonfuls, as I had initially intended, I drank the fucking lot, mate. I never knew how to fit that into Monday evening's column.